on my block, near my rim, this AD. I'm trying to wear some gold like a Laker number 3.
What's up, everybody? It is your man's AD from LB, back from the dead, and this is the AD from LB talk show. You are now tuning in to a new segment that I made up. I just thought about this the last couple of days. I was actually losing some sleep off of this shit. I was thinking about creating some content. I haven't made dropped some content in some minute. I was doing the food vlog, and now I was thinking to myself, what should I do? I grew up working, listening to podcasts, so I just thought about doing a little talk show. Mia and we went to Rodeo 39. We had some Fallholic. With my fam, they introduced me to Fallholic. Not at the same spot at Rodeo 39, somewhere else in Garden Grove. The first time we had it, it was amazing. We had some pho. The pho was like a big ass bowl. If you eat it by yourself, you won't finish it. You might have some food left over to take over at home. And when last time I went there, we ordered a side of the oxtail. I love a side of oxtail. Oxtail with that bone marrow. Pho 101, if you tune in, when we had a bowl of oxtail on the side, that shit was pretty huge. We went to Pho 101. No, sorry, Fallholic. And that shit was whatever. So we went to Fallholic at Rodeo 39. We get the pho, the number 14, minus the flank. No, minus the tendon. We don't really like that fatty tendon. We got a pho. We got our veggies. That's how we eat it. We put the veggies. Your mom will tell you gotta eat some veggies. So that's what we did, mamas. After that, we put the onions. Even though onions make my breath smell like doo-doo, that shit is pretty good. If you get in and out, you need onions on your burger. Same thing with pho. And then we got the oxtail on the side, baby. Dude, I don't know why. When they gave us the oxtail, it was very little. I'm used to oxtail on the side giving us a big portion, especially if we're paying $6 for oxtail on the side. This shit was very tiny. So we ate the pho at Fallholic, and to be honest, that shit was alright. I think what made it shittier was the customer service. The girl over there didn't seem like she wanted to work, and it showed. She was projecting on us, and I know when I worked in the food industry or whatever job, you gotta just do your job the best. Your job is your livelihood. People could kill for your job. We see people out on the street. We see people out starving. What was weird about ordering the pho is that they make you pay for the pho in the beginning. It's not like we took it out. We got the pho for takeout. We actually ate at the restaurant. And when you eat inside in a restaurant, when you dine in, when do you normally pay in the front? In the beginning. You pay towards the end, right? So that way you can see how the service is, how the food is, and how they were treating you. Me being a good person, I gave him a tip. I gave him that $1 tip. The best thing about Pho 101, no cap, I ain't lying, is the restroom. The restroom had a bathroom mirror. That shit light the fuck up. It has a button, like an LED light. You turn it on, the light will turn on around the mirror. You turn it off again, it will turn off. So you press a little button for like a little light action around the mirror. I thought that was pretty cool. When have you went into a pho restaurant and they had like a light up mirror around you with LED light up? I haven't talked to you guys about basketball for a minute. I was doing that timeout segment for a minute, and the last thing I talked about was, I believe, Game 2 after Suns versus the Bucks, bro. Suns were up 2-0, and the Giannis turned to a fucking monster. He looked like Kane. He looked like The Undertaker. He was chokeslamming everybody from left to right. He was putting tombstones on CP3 chances of winning a ring. This guy is a fucking monster. When you saw his injury, you saw him jumping up and looking like he overextended his knee. Seeing that shit was really scary. But this man is fucking superhuman. He had a monster series. Glad he won a title. I'm glad Drew Holiday won a title. That UCLA boy, he a Bruin. Really proud of him. But in the meantime, we have Russell Westbrook joining the Lakers during the offseason. So now we got LeBron, AD, and Westbrook, that big three, on the same team to compete against possibly James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving in the final. It's going to be a lit final. I can't wait for that to happen. If that does happen, because I can't count out the Bucks or the Suns. Those are the last two teams that happen to be in the finals. So I'm not gonna rank them lower than the Lakers and Nets just off of his trade. After you make all these trades, you still gotta earn that right. You gotta earn that power ranking. But let me tell you why the Lakers will win the championship or why they can. So you got LeBron, AD, and Westbrook, your big three. Those are buckets. We already know how that is. And then we brought Dwight Howard back. We've got Rondo back, another playmaker. So with Dwight Howard, you got your rim protection back. We got scoring, we got facilitating, and we got defense. We got LeBron for facilitating. We got LeBron, Westbrook. Oof, those guys are the assist leaders. You'll always be able to have open shots. You have Rondo back. THT, Taylor Horton Tucker. He was a big re-signing. And we got Kendrick Nunn. He was putting up solid numbers. He's an instant microwave. Malik Monk. He can shoot the three. He can finish at the rim. We got Marcus OG vet, another facilitator. We got Melo. Those are threes. See, when we first got Westbrook, everybody was talking shit. You right? Because they're saying, hey, how are we going to get some shooting? Well, motherfucker, if you take your time and be patient, let us fill out our roster. Let us fill it out. See, having AD at the center makes us more fast, mobile, and it also gives us the rim protection we need. So I don't see anybody on the Nets playing that center ball that can also give you buckets and guard the rim. AD, people forgot because he injured. They forgot. I understood. I need to talk about my man's Roman Reigns. 1 year as Universal Champion. I want to talk about wrestling here. Wrestling is something I grew up on. Talk about mental health. I used to be insecure about being a fan of wrestling because when you grow up, being in middle school or high school, you get kind of clowned on if you still watch wrestling. They say, oh, how do you watch this fake shit? I watch it because the storyline could be a little entertaining. And watching it now, it takes a lot of athleticism to be a wrestler. That shit is hard. There's only a certain amount of people that can make a WWE roster. And there's a lot of people that have wrestling dreams as well that wants to be in the WWE. So give these guys props on WWE or AEW, whatever it is, especially WWE, on making it to the main roster. But let's go back to my man Roman. 1 year as a champion. I think he is the greatest Universal Champion that we have. And if you don't know what the Universal Champion is, It's basically the best title they have right now. For SmackDown, they have the Universal Championship. For Raw, they have the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns, he had this crazy ass year. He won the Universal title after fighting Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman at SummerSlam or with Payback. I forgot. It was a triple threat match, but whatever it is, he fucked them up. Um, he got the title. Back then, when he did have his first stint as a champion, Universal Champion, World Heavyweight Champion, wrestling fans were not on board because they wanted him to be that guy that was still the glue from the Shield. For some reason, he still had the Shield theme song. But now that he became his own person, his own badass, um, being a tribal chief of that Samoan heritage, it's became the best thing in WWE's, let's say, in a decade easily, since John Cena era when everybody went to after everybody went to Hollywood. With Roman Reigns with that Samoan heritage, he used it in a beneficial way, being the tribal chief. Him being a tribal chief, having his cousins, the Uso twins, by his side, they formed that union with Paul Heyman as a force to be reckoned with. So within this year of Roman Reigns becoming title, he faced his cousin Jay Uso, defended against Kevin Owens, defended against Daniel Bryan and Edge. Ooh, that was an amazing main event. That triple threat match between Daniel Bryan and Edge. We see Edge coming back. That he put on great shows. He fought Cesaro and Rey Mysterio. John Cena just recently. He is carrying WWE easily. New music that we just recently heard. Donda just dropped. The Kanye West album just dropped. That shit is too long. Too long. You know, I I'll give it another try because listening to an album for me, I need time to digest everything. Even though Kanye isn't that lyrical, I'll still need to digest that almost 2 hour epilogue. But I say it's cool. People are giving it total shit. In my honest opinion, I think it's alright. The it's not like it's a total ass album. Like he does have some solid pros to the album, like putting on some young acts, like the Griselda, Conway the Machine, West Side Gun, putting on Baby Keem. That song "Praise God" by Baby Keem and Travis Scott as well. That's actually my favorite song on the album. Overall, I think it's an album that's meant to calm you down. If I'm not tripping, I feel like Kanye just did this album for himself, to be honest, because he accomplished a lot in the music industry. There's nothing else for him to prove. So I think he did this album for himself because, as you know, he's a bipolar guy. So maybe he made this album to calm himself down because it is really churchy, I guess you could say. I do think it was better than Jesus is King, just by the way he was able to use the other talents. He got Jay-Z to do a verse, but after they had a feud, that's gonna be the album. It was solid. I'll give it. I don't know. I don't know if I want to listen to that whole album again because that shit was too long. But I'll say maybe a 6 out of 10 for now is my rating. And then Family Ties, Baby Key, Kendrick's drop. Baby Key, He comes on the verse. He comes on the track, coming with his new aggressive flow. Taking lessons from his cousin Kenny. Man. He come on the verse and he's just coming aggressive and killing it. And then the big cousin had to come on and show him the real roast, the real guy. Spoken in your top 5. He grabbed a joint. He grabbed a raw joint. Spoken in our top 5, right? He put Drake in a joint. He put J. Cole in a joint. And whatever 3 other rappers you want to put on it. Honestly, if you think about top 5, it's too hard to think of who the other 3 acts that are up there besides Drake and J. Cole that everybody talks about. Maybe Lil Baby, the Baby. I don't know. You fucking tell me. I'm ready for this new Kendrick album coming up. I haven't heard from him in so long. He has this line about not being a trending topic, not posting shit just because it's trending, and that's what he does. He's not an attention seeker like Drake is, right? People, when they hear me talking about Drake and they hear me saying shit like this, they say that I'm hating. No, Drake, he's up there for a reason as a top artist. It's hard to have those numbers, right? To stay at the top with the Billboard's number. But also, it's not that hard if you're a celebrity to capitalize on trends, because you see there's a lot of followers in the world that just gonna listen to stuff because people think it's cool and other people are wearing it and wear stuff, yada yada, blah blah, hoopty hoopty, all that. He dropped some good shit, but if you think about it, when will you play that shit again from years from now on? 10 years from now, when is your kid gonna slap Hotline Bling, Tootsie Slide? Ain't nobody listening to no Tootsie Slide right now. Okay. So, Drake is gonna drop his Certified Lover Boy. And we'll see about that this week. Peace out. Thank you for watching. Peace.
Posted on my blog, near my rim, this AD. I'm trying to wear some gold like a Laker number 3.